911, what's the address of your emergency?
I live at the next door neighbor. She just came over and checked and said somebody shot her roommate.
Okay. Did it just happen?
Yeah, she said it just happened. She needs an ambulance in place. So the roommate Ashley is the one that's still alive.
She is still alive?
She said she is, yes.
Okay, tell her to take a deep breath, okay? I'm going to ask you some questions. Is Ashley bleeding seriously?
Was she bleeding seriously? Yes, she said yes.
Okay, all right. Do we know if Ashley's completely alert?
No, I don't believe so. I mean, she just saw and she just ran.
Okay.
I just stayed with friends last night, and I just came in and I saw that my back door had been broken in, so I went to the back and I could see footsteps in the snow, so I ran up to my room to see if my roommate was okay. I have two roommates.
Okay.
One of them's dead, and the other one is in her room and she's still alive and she needs help, but I ran because I didn't know if he was still in the house.
Okay, so you don't know if there's somebody else in the house?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Okay.
Lauren looks like she's been in a while, and Ashley's asked me for help and I ran.
Okay, is this door open?
Yes.
So we have two people upstairs, is that what you're telling me? Okay.
Help, Ashley.
She said this is open. I didn't see any footprints in the snow leading up here. So, you ready?
Yep. Belgrade police!
Police department!
Anybody inside, come out!
I'm going this way.
Wait, I got stairwell.
Police!
Button 3206.
Kitchen clear.
Alright.
Garage.
Okay. Five nine three 206. Where are you at? We're making entry right now.
Police!
Hey!
Hello? Police!
Please don't shoot me!
Who shot you?
No, please don't shoot me!
I'm not gonna shoot you, ma'am.
My name's Ashley!
Ashley, what's going on? Who shot you?
Nobody!
Oh, what happened?
I don't know! Please come here!
Who did?
Are you the police?
I'm the police, right here.
Where are you?
I'm right here. Can you see me?
Where are you?
I'm right here.
Where?
Can you tell me what happened?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know, Ashley? Okay,
No.
my name's Officer Robinson, okay?
What's your name?
My name's Officer Robinson.
Are you lying to me?
No. What happened to you? Where are you bleeding from?
I'm not bleeding.
Okay, well, how do you have blood all over you?
Do I?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know why I do. Show me your face then.
I'm right here. Can you see me?
No,
Can you see anything?
no,
No?
no.
Okay.
Please help me.
We're gonna help you, okay?
Please help me.
We've got the medical people coming. Where do you hurt?
I don't hurt anywhere.
You don't hurt anywhere?
No.
Grab around the front.
Yeah, we got a blanket.
Ashley, we're gonna pick you up and we're gonna carry you down to the paramedics, okay?
What are you doing, sir?
We're gonna pick you up and carry you.
Carry me back. Where are you
We're
carrying me?
coming down.
Step. Just as far as I can get the door. I'm gonna go out to the, I don't want them to pass the sidewalk right here. Who's the most senior paramedic?
On January 7, 2018, law enforcement officers arrived on a scene after a 911 call to discover a scene of horror. Called for a shooting, the agents had no idea what would wait for them when they entered this residence of Belgrade on Idaho Street. But let's go back to earlier this morning. In the early hours of January 7, 2018, a disturbing scene was uncovered at a residence on Idaho Street in Belgrade, Montana. The homeowner, Audrey Butler, returned after spending a night away and immediately noticed signs of forced entry, a broken back door and footprints in the snow larger than any belonging to the women who lived there. Fearing an intrusion, Audrey ran upstairs. In one of the bedrooms, she discovered 35-year-old Lauren DeWise lifeless in her bed, having sustained multiple gunshot wounds. In the next room, Audrey found 32-year-old Ashley Van Hemert on the floor, bleeding profusely but still alive and pleading for help. Panicked that the shooter might still be in the house, Audrey fled to a neighbor's home and called 911.
Is Ashley bleeding seriously?
Was she bleeding serious? Yes. She said yes.
Okay. Sorry.
First responders from the Belgrade Police Department and medical services arrived promptly. They secured the residence as a crime scene and provided emergency aid to Ashley, who had suffered multiple gunshot wounds, including one to the back of her head.
Who's the most senior paramedic?
Ashley was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, having lost consciousness until awakening in medical care.
She's cold to the touch.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's back out.
Lauren appeared to have been shot several times at close range while she slept, and Ashley had also been shot at least 3 times: head, neck, and side. Bullet casings or fragments at the scene indicated a small caliber weapon, later identified as a .22 caliber firearm. These initial observations set in motion a homicide investigation. Given Lauren's estranged marital status and prior reports of domestic trouble, suspicion quickly centered on her husband, Joseph Paul DeWise, as a potential perpetrator. Joseph Paul DeWise and Lauren Walder. DeWise moved from Florida to Bozeman, Montana in 2016. Their marriage, which lasted about 10 years, was filled with growing abuse. In 2017, Lauren told her friend and roommate Audrey Butler that Joseph had been hurting her for years, both physically and emotionally.
You're like, oh, I'm just an innocent victim now.
Just leave me.
Why don't you attack me in front of the camera?
Just leave
Why don't you talk to me like you did a minute ago?
Lauren was scared for her safety and considered divorce. In November 2017, she left Joseph and moved into Audrey's home in Belgrade. Audrey's roommate, Ashley Van Hemert, had never met Lauren before, but welcomed her in. Joseph was furious about the breakup. Evidence later showed that he sent mixed messages to Audrey, sometimes begging for help to get Lauren back, other times angrily telling her to stay out of it.
What happened to your leg? She said, I just ran into something. And I said, 100-mile-an-hour softball? What happened to your leg? She just dismissed it. A couple months later, we were golfing, and she said, they'd lived here about a year. And she said, I can't believe I've never told anybody this, but I think I need to leave Paul. He beats me all of the time. Mm-hmm. And I used to contact me every day. And one day would be, you ruined my life, to, I can't believe you're helping my wife, to, I'm so sorry, this is all my fault. This has nothing to do with you. You did nothing wrong. I mean, he's got a schizophrenic chain of messages that I never responded to.
The night Lauren moved in, Audrey saw Joseph's truck outside and noticed over 30 unanswered texts on Lauren's phone. Joseph banged on the door, demanding to be let in. After that, the women started locking the doors and even borrowed a shotgun for safety.
Please. Just fucking please. Please. I work 2 jobs. I'll do anything. I won't be here. I'll be working all the time. Just come home. Please. Please come home. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was so angry. I have a new perspective now. So I've been drinking. I'm having beer. But I'm not wasted. I'm very upset. I put up with this shit for years. I didn't realize it because I was blind. And that's what this is about. And I'm angry. And my children are angry. And my baby's angry. And it's hard for me to live with. It's very difficult. It's all about shutting you down. But in Bozeman, there's all these young 30-somethings with tons of money that Lauren's chasing. She loves that. And she's going to step up from me and our family and get ahead. I'm angry. I don't want her to keep her job. I would like to protect the community from her. I'm sure I will be an outcast now because, you know, who tells the truth anymore, right? I'm driving and I'm crying. I don't want to go without you. I'm sorry. I will do better, I promise.
For 2 months, Joseph's messages to Lauren kept changing, one moment apologizing, the next threatening her. Ashley later said that one night in December, Joseph pounded on their door at midnight while they hid inside, too scared to answer. By January 2018, Lauren was still fearful of him. On January 4th, she went to their daughter's birthday party at Joseph's house, but later told Audria she never thought she would be back. Phone records later showed Joseph kept messaging her non-stop in the days leading up to the crime. His behavior became erratic and disturbing. A few weeks before the shooting, he recorded himself assaulting a couple and their dogs in front of his youngest daughter.
We just got attacked by these people's dogs. This is my baby. Baby, did you think that dog was gonna get you? I did too. And then this man attacked me behind the dog after this woman. Baby, I'm sorry. I withdrew my knife to defend myself against this man who took me down with a single leg takedown. As the last resort, when my back was on the floor, I struck up with a knife. I struck the man. They pulled the dog away. Now the dog's gone. You okay, baby? I'm so sorry.
You stood here and antagonized.
And see, still the aggression.
You stood here
with my baby.
Antagonizing the dogs. Look at what you're doing to
I'm blocking my baby from this woman.
Look what you're doing to
This is the aggression these people have. They threatened us when we tried to walk by. Let's get out of here.
Are you some kind of a doper?
Are you crazy or what?
No, the cops are coming for you. You're crazy.
Wow.
Serious?
You guys are gonna be out of here. I'm so glad you've been uncovered for what you are.
You better chill the fuck out.
That's right, I should.
You kicked me and I put you on the ground.
That's right.
So that you can figure out what's going
It's okay,
on.
baby. That's right. Don't run away.
Don't threaten me and fucking come in my yard and fucking cut me. Drop the knife!
I dropped it.
Get on the ground! Now! Do not move!
It's okay, baby.
Hand behind your back! It's okay. Hand behind your back! Do not move!
The investigation moved quickly as detectives worked to piece together what happened. From the start, Audria Butler told police about Joseph's history of abuse and immediately suspected him. At the crime scene, officers found footprints in the fresh snow leading to the forced back door. Inside, nothing was stolen, and there were no signs of a break-in gone wrong. The attacker had gone straight to the bedrooms and opened fire, making it clear this was personal, not random violence. They also went to visit Ashley, roommate that survived at the hospital, to interview her.
So obviously, you know, we're here to talk to you.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're gonna have some questions, but mostly we just want to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
Just starting out.
Yes.
And I know this is kind of a tough question, but can you tell me, do you remember anything at all?
When I got shot? No.
No.
I remember waking up in the hospital. I don't really remember actually waking up in the hospital. I remember kind of doing the I love you sign to my brother when I was, you know, obviously laying in the hospital bed. But no, I do not remember being shot at all. Or however many times they shot me. I think they got me in the shoulder, and I think in the elbow too. Obviously the head.
Well, yeah, you're a lucky gal, but everything that I've heard so far is, you're a fighter.
It's a miracle I'm alive. I thank God every day.
They even went to interview Ashley's ex-boyfriend, who was the last one to see Ashley before she was shot.
So, Ralph, I'm a detective with the sheriff's office, and I did some of the processing of the scene at the house. Mm-hmm. And so I have some information, and I have some questions about stuff that I saw there.
Mm-hmm. Understood.
So tell me, when did you guys start dating?
Roughly December last year, so a year and change ago.
Okay.
Just over a year.
Okay. And how do you characterize your relationship with her right now?
We've been attempting to break up with each other for several weeks, and pretty much this week we decided together that it was the right thing to do is to not date each other anymore.
When was the last time you actually had contact with her?
With Ashley?
Yeah.
Last night when I dropped her off.
And that was after the Livingston trip?
After the Livingston trip, right around. We decided it was before 9 o'clock.
What time did you go to bed last night, Ralph?
Pretty much, I'm going to say, I have to look at my phone, that's how I do everything, but I said goodnight to Ashley and I was up for a little while longer, maybe an hour.
So you're thinking around 11 o'clock is when you went to bed?
I'm thinking so.
Did you go anywhere after?
No,
you stopped
I stayed at home.
Did you attempt to kill Ashley?
No.
Did you attempt to kill her roommate?
No.
Have you been in that house last night?
No. Do you believe me? Why not? You gotta ask.
Would you be willing to let us dump your phone to retrieve your GPS locations, that kind of stuff off of your phone?
Yep.
Once Ralph Dennis was out of the suspect list, they started to work on the Joseph DeWise lead. As police searched for Joseph DeWise for questioning, and being pretty much aware that he was probably the perpetrator, law enforcement planned an entire mission to arrest him on the road, knowing he might be armed and catching him off guard.
Go ahead and get out. This is not time to stay. Get out. Hands up.
Hands up. Walk over here. Turn around. Look away from me. Walk backwards. Keep coming. Keep coming. Stop. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Do not move. Do you understand me? Take him to the back of my car. All right.
When police first questioned Joseph after his arrest, he seemed unusually calm and emotionless. In a recorded interview, a detective told him Lauren was dead, but instead of reacting with shock, Joseph simply acted in a way that felt forced and rehearsed.
So, the reason that I wanted to talk to you is there was some issues that happened over at Lauren's house this morning, and I just kind of wanted to touch base with you to see if you were over there at all, if kind of where you were this morning, that kind of thing. Well, someone broke into the back door of her place, and so we're trying to get all of the stuff together, and from what I understand, you guys were separated and working on a divorce, and that's kind of where we're at.
Sure, right?
Well, not really. She isn't. Well, the person that came in ended up shooting her. So
she's dead?
Yeah. So
oh my god.
So that's why we're talking to you, because you guys are going through a divorce, and from what I understand, and we need to kind of figure out what's going on.
And so, absolutely anything that you can tell us that might give us a little clarity would be helpful, I think, for both of us.
This is news to me. I don't know anything about it.
Complete news, complete surprise.
They told me when they picked me up they're investigating a homicide. I did not think there's some weird stuff's been happening since I've been in Bozeman. So I'm like,
Jeez, you know?
Yeah.
Well, let me just say right off the bat, I understand Lauren, regardless of your relational issues. I understand.
I love her.
Lauren's very important to you.
I love her.
And I'm so sorry that you're going through this right now.
Can you tell me a little bit about how the separation has been going?
It depends on who you ask. Like, for her, it's fine. For me, it's been really tough.
I want to know from you.
I've had trouble dealing with it, you know?
Can you, let's just start with a basic timeline. So what about it last evening, last night, as detailed as you can, say from the end of dinner time? Tell me about what you did.
I fell asleep again. I'm not sure how long I slept.
What time do you think you went to bed?
Gosh, it was late. Actually, it did go out. I went and got a 6-pack of beer around midnight at Town Pump. Probably went to bed around 2.
And that was about midnight. You got a 6-pack of beer, right?
Yep.
Joseph denied any involvement. He claimed he was homesick on January 6th and only left around midnight to buy beer with his son. He also insisted he still loved Lauren. As investigators pieced together the timeline, a key witness emerged, Joseph's 15-year-old son, that we will call JD for his protection. At first, he repeated the story his father had told him to say, that they had stayed home watching TV all night.
Just so you understand who I am. My name's Jeremy Kopp. I'm the detective sergeant for the sheriff's office. Okay? Obviously, you know what happened to Dad. Given that, then I need to be able to sit down and be able to talk to you. Right? How was your relationship with her?
We were close.
Yeah.
She was like my mom, but
okay.
She wasn't my mom, but she was pretty much like my mom.
Okay. Let's go to Saturday. And just walk me through Saturday.
Okay. Day before Sunday. So Saturday, let's see, starting the morning. I got up around like maybe 12-ish, around 12.
Why'd you go?
I just go with him, just because.
Yeah. Excuse me. I mean, do you hang with your dad quite a bit?
Yeah.
You and your dad pretty tight?
Yeah. So we just...
Fair enough to say.
Just whatever we do, yeah.
Is it just you and Dad then on the beer run?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you don't recall hearing any doors or anything open when you go to bed?
Right. Everything's quiet.
Okay. So it's important that you and I, as we kind of work through the details, that we're completely truthful with each other.
Right.
Okay. That's pretty important.
Right.
What do you think happened?
She was in her home sleeping, and as I know from what my dad told me, it could have been drugs or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it could be drugs. I don't know.
Who do you think could do something like that?
I have no idea.
No guesses.
No guesses. I don't really know, but
Yeah.
and it couldn't be my dad. He loved his family too much.
But inconsistencies and JD's visible fear led authorities to dig deeper. With the support of his mother, Joseph's ex-wife, JD revealed the truth the next day.
Please, I'll hear you. Just tell the truth.
I did.
Just tell the truth.
That's pretty accurate to what you told me yesterday. Which is unfortunate, because I don't think that's actually what happened. And I was hoping that today you and I could break through that and we could talk about what actually happened. Because if I can't get you to be honest with me, I can't help you. And I don't believe that you're being completely truthful with me. And I don't know exactly why, but I'm not willing to give up on you. I think that we can get through it, okay? I know that this is really hard for you to sit here. I know it. I can see the weight on you. And the only way I can help is if you and I are honest with each other. I can't help. I can't do anything if you and I aren't honest with each other in here. Okay?
Please, son, please.
Was it just your dad?
Come on, son.
Did he tell you to go to bed? And then what did he tell you?
Love you. I didn't think. I love you, dear Dad. It's bad. But I stand with you. I love you.
You knew what he was going to do.
My dad always thought, I know that I can't do that. I can only see you again. He didn't tell me. Daddy stopped him. I would have totally stopped him.
Was it you or him? Tell me.
It was him. I was afraid for my sisters.
I know you were.
I didn't have a choice. I had to.
And then how far did you go back?
I went inside the house.
How far did you go in the house? Could you see the stairs? Could you see the stairs?
Yeah.
Could you hear him?
Yes.
What'd you hear?
I heard gunshots. Dad. What the hell is wrong with you? I said, go. Get him and go. I did. He took me back to the house. Father, see.
JD testified that on January 6, 2018, His father suddenly told him to get ready for a trip late at night without saying why. Joseph took his phone, making sure he couldn't call for help, and drove them to Lauren's house in Belgrade, a place J.D. recognized from a text Lauren had sent him earlier. When they parked a few houses away, J.D. sensed something was wrong. Joseph pulled out a black .22 caliber Ruger pistol, put on a mask and gloves, and gave J.D. a similar disguise. Around midnight, dressed in dark clothing and masks, Joseph kicked open the back door and forced J.D. to go in first as a lookout. They moved quickly through the ground floor and upstairs. Joseph opened the first bedroom door, flicked on the light, and found Ashley Van Hemert waking up in shock. After a brief, confused exchange, Joseph shot her multiple times, leaving her seriously wounded. He then moved to the next room, Lauren's. Standing outside, J.D. heard his stepmother gasp in terror, followed by several gunshots. Back home, Joseph immediately destroyed evidence. He made J.D. remove his gloves, mask, clothes, and boots, anything that might have blood or gunshot residue, and put them in the wash or throw them away. Joseph then left briefly with J.D.'s boots, likely to hide or discard them, and later told him to dump items, including the gun used for the attack, in a nearby park pond. J.D. made several trips, tossing .22 caliber ammunition and even smoke grenades his father had given him. Later, police would find ammo near the pond, and a couple would discover the murder weapon there. After trying to cover his tracks, Joseph coached his children on what to say. J.D. was told to lie to police, claiming they never left home that night, with an implied threat of consequences if he told the truth. Joseph also woke his 17-year-old daughter, N.D., and admitted to killing Lauren, asking her to stay silent. Terrified, both children initially obeyed, afraid for their lives. Lauren died quickly. Ashley reportedly stayed alive for 9 hours before she was found. Meanwhile, investigators continued building their case. They collected J.D. and N.D.'s initial statements, obtained search warrants for Joseph's residence and devices. Digital forensics on Joseph DeWise's phone uncovered dozens of disturbing self-recorded videos and audio clips.
You've always told me that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to express myself now.
You're such a lying piece of
Are you serious?
That's what I'm doing. I'm so tired of you looking at me like this. This innocent fake. Tell me. You won't want me now.
I don't think
I've done everything for you. I've given up everything for you. And the only thing you've ever cried about is you. That's it. And you know what? I'm gonna. She's gonna have us.
Police also discovered he had secretly put GPS trackers on Lauren's car, proving a pattern of stalking and obsession. On February 2nd, 2018, just weeks after the crime, prosecutors formally charged Joseph with deliberate homicide for killing Lauren and attempted homicide for shooting Ashley. He was arrested and held on $1 million bail due to the severity of the crime and the strong evidence against him. Joseph pleaded not guilty, insisting he was innocent, despite the overwhelming proof. A major twist happened while Joseph was in jail awaiting trial. In recorded phone calls, he tried to manipulate his children into taking the blame. In early February 2018, he told his teenage daughter, N.D., to convince her brother, J.D., to confess the crime. He falsely claimed that since J.D. was only 15, he would be released by age 21, while Joseph would spend life in prison. Joseph even coached N.D. on what to say, ignoring a court order not to contact his family. Detectives caught everything on the jail recordings. In April 2018, Joseph was hit with an additional charge: witness tampering, proving just how far he was willing to go to avoid responsibility. But his plan failed. neither of his children obeyed him. Instead, J.D. became the prosecution's key witness, and N.D. exposed her father's lies. The trial of Joseph Paul DeWise began in late 2019. Prosecutors argued he had a history of abuse and planned the murder, while the defense suggested another shooter was responsible. Key witnesses testified. Audria Butler found Lauren and Ashley after the attack and confirmed Lauren feared Joseph. Ashley Van Hemert, the surviving victim, had no memory of the attack. J.D., Joseph's son, 17, stated his father forced him to help, broke into the house, and shot both women. He also described destroying evidence under Joseph's orders. N.D., Joseph's daughter, confirmed Joseph tried to pin the crime on J.D. in a jail phone call. Forensic experts linked Joseph to the murder weapon, a .22 caliber Ruger pistol found in a pond. Investigators presented Joseph's threatening messages and an audio recording of him saying he would kill Lauren, proving intent. The defense claimed J.D. was pressured to testify and suggested another suspect, but provided no evidence. Joseph denied involvement, but the jury didn't believe him. After 2 hours of deliberation, he was found guilty of deliberate homicide and attempted homicide, bringing justice for Lauren and Ashley. In February 2020, Joseph Paul DeWise received his final sentence. Judge Holly Brown called the crime outrageous and intolerable before sentencing him to 220 years in prison with no parole, essentially a life sentence. This included 100 years for Lauren's murder, plus 10 years for using a firearm, and 110 years for attempting to kill Ashley. He was also ordered to pay over $25,000 in restitution. At the sentencing hearing, Ashley Van Hemert and Lauren's family spoke about their loss. Ashley, who suffered lifelong injuries, described the pain and challenges she faced, but chose to forgive Joseph.
I can't do any of the stuff that I enjoyed doing before. It's night and day from before January 6, 2018. If God can forgive me an unlimited amount of times, then how can I withhold forgiveness from you, Paul?
Joseph, given a chance to speak, denied responsibility and claimed he was wrongfully accused. The judge, unmoved, reaffirmed that the evidence against him was overwhelming. After sentencing, prosecutors dropped additional charges, including witness tampering and assaulting a jail officer, since Joseph was already serving life in prison. He later appealed his conviction, arguing he was denied a fair trial due to issues with his lawyers. In July 2022, the Montana Supreme Court rejected his appeal, ruling that his trial was fair and the evidence proved his guilt. Today, Joseph Paul DeWise remains in prison for life. Ashley continues to recover from permanent injuries but has shown remarkable resilience. Paul's children, who testified against their father, have moved forward with their lives. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Don't hesitate to like, comment your opinion about the case, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Stay safe.